This is Nights Live with Adam Baum.
Nights Live with me, Adam Baum, across the nation. I see you like our background in front of you.
I love it. Well, I like dogs and I like cocktails and...
It's like, what it is, you can't see it on the radio. It's a dog, a Halloween costume. It's a martini glass, basically.
Yeah. It's adorable.
Do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
Do you really? What's the name?
Homer.
Homer?
Yeah.
Do you take Homer with you, or you keep him back home?
Homer stays with the lady, and then we have the neighbors take care of him too.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Nice. Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what, we play Secrets a lot on the radio.
We
really do. Yeah, we play it with you and B.O.B., and I love that mixture. You really are a great artist because you could mix any artist with Mary Lambert. If you wanted to feature anybody on your single, who would it be next? Because I think you have that sound that you could pick anybody, and it would sound great.
Ooh. Anybody?
Anybody. How about we do this? Anybody ever. You could go from Beethoven to somebody singing at a kindergarten.
I'm a huge fan of,
Come on.
Okay, my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, Ludacris.
That'd be cool.
Kendrick Lamar.
That's a great list.
Childish Gambino.
So you love rap, though.
I like rap, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Totally.
Mary Lambert's across the USA on Nights Live. I read somewhere that at your show, there are people that it's very emotional.
Yes.
And sometimes people cry at your shows.
Totally.
And that's not normal other than if you go to a boy band show, you have the different kind of crying.
Oh, yeah. The fanaticism.
I know. How does it make you feel when you're on stage and you, maybe out of the corner of your eye, see that, or you feel that too from the audience?
I cry too. I think that's where it all stems from, is like this. It's just like one big giant hug. And I want to create a space that's safe for people to feel vulnerable. So I'm often the one who's like really just putting myself out there. Like Secrets is like a poppy fun song, but it's like legit for me. Like I live a really vulnerable life, and when I'm on stage, I like to invite people to also do the same. And then it's just like it's an emotional experience. The shows are, but I mean, it's also fun. There's like a juxtaposition of both.
How do you do this? Your songs are have very personal meaning, but they're fun. How do you do that as an artist? Because I think that's difficult to come across as it's a great fun song, but you have a special message in them.
I don't know any other way to do it. Like it's just authentic. Like I think for me it would be really difficult to put like some face on and not be myself.
Right.
That would be a challenge.
Let's take it back. Mary Lambert's across the nation on Nights Live. You started doing spoken word.
Uh-huh.
What was that like for you to get up and just speak? But there is, it's not like you're giving you're not giving a presentation or a speech. You're actually giving your feelings out. What's that like to do?
It feels vulnerable, but it's really, really freeing. In that way, like, you have this incredible opportunity to be a completely vulnerable person, and it's a different art form as well. Like, I get a certain, songwriting for me is a different kind of animal. Poetry is this completely naked, raw way of just saying exactly what it is. When I'm writing a song, there's some structure to it, and I have to think really critically, like, how is this all going to piece together?
Right.
In poetry, I can swear. So.
Oh, yes. That's an added bonus, isn't it? What is it like for you? I mean, you're a poet and an artist. What does pop music look like to you? What do you enjoy about pop music? What do you kind of like, I wish it was more like this? Is there things that you criticize? And we don't have to name names of other artists, but things in general, pop music that you criticize. Because you're very precise. When I listen to your lyrics, it's very precise and you have a message.
Yeah.
And we all know, I mean, a lot in pop music isn't like that. Do you sit there and criticize things, or maybe, I would have done it this way?
I mean, I guess I am judgmental to a point, but I also understand like artistic freedom, and people are allowed to express whatever they need to express, and I'm not the czar of music.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
So I can't ever say like what someone's experience is, mine is different, and I know my goal is to be somewhat of a healer through music and to be a catalyst for someone else's healing or shift. And music does that for me. I do think really critically when I'm in the studio. Like, this needs to be intentional. And I think we always talk about, be careful with your words, be careful, but we don't really think be careful with your song lyrics. But in some way, like, maybe we should be thinking that way because it goes out to millions of people. And with pop music, it can be so influential. And I'm just always confused why, if there's such a big platform, why can't we create catchy music that still, like, could be profitable, but also not hurt people? I think there are artists that inadvertently hurt people and they don't know that they're doing it.
That is something very smart you just said. The lyrics and songs should be more I guess friendlier, because if you send out a tweet, people are more worried about that than some song that could hurt people.
Yeah.
That's a really smart thing.
Because it's always in your head. Like, I get these songs stuck in my head. I'm like, man, that is such a negative message.
Right.
I'm like, have this cloud over me. But it's so catchy. So why can't we just create catchy music that doesn't hurt people?
Yeah, that's great. Mary Lambert, you're a smart girl. You really are. Honestly, though, and I love artists that really are into their stuff, and you explain it so well for the average person to really. So let's do Downtime with Mary Lambert on Nights Live. After a show, what are you doing? Like tonight, you're playing a show, obviously.
Yeah.
What are you going to do after the show? What's a typical night?
There's usually a little bit of whiskey involved.
Ooh,
Not
okay.
like copious amounts of whiskey, but like a fair share of.
That's good.
A good cheers with the crew. And it's just a really good time. There's like my crew, my band are like my best friends in the world. And so we get to just, and we're always on the bus too. So the bus is moving us to the next
that kind of creates things like you're together all the time. Do people get on your nerves? No?
It's like, it's the best family you could possibly have.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Mary Lambert's on Nights Live with me, Adam Baum, across the nation. Fans are so important. What's it like when a fan asks you for advice on any topic? It doesn't matter what it is.
That's a good question. I think I'm hesitant to answer because it doesn't always. I'm not an expert on anything, and in general, I feel like a lot of the advice that I would give is often through music and the poetry that I already put out. And so if there's one question that I can answer, I try to do it carefully. But I'm someone that talks a lot. And so it ends up like taking a lot to answer one question. For the radio, that's really good, though, when artists talk a lot. And I'll tell you, Mary, we have people come in here and they don't talk much. And I'm like, okay, let's try this question. Let's try that question. But we have too much, and I love too much talking with an artist is never a bad thing, though. Good.
But I think that's good for your fans, though. When you talk to them and you have too much to say,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be bad. It can be all good, but I think they enjoy that. It's amazing. What do you see with fans? How crazy they get? Do they get crazy with you? Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Like they're all like want.
Yeah, I'm kind of exploring that right now, and the kind of fanaticism actually scares the crap out of me.
Does it really?
Yeah, that's nothing I don't feel good about that when someone screams out their window or something. Like, that's terrifying. I hid in a store the other day. I was like, someone screamed out their window, and I like ran into a store. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? It's like
an emergency, huh?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
But it's not so much the excitement. Like, I love that people are excited about what I do. I think there are good ways to interact and there's unhealthy ways of interaction. And what I see is this idea of entitlement, where people often feel entitled to you or your personhood just because celebrity culture is the way that it is.
Right.
And so I would love it if music was just the thing that was consumed and the message was important, and not getting my autograph tattooed, but maybe a lyric.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Isn't it? You have any tattoos right now?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh. When you came in and gave me a hug, I had no idea. I looked at your dress because Mary, and you'll see the pictures at nightslive.adambaum.com and the video, obviously. It reminds me of very 1950s, 60s style with like a candy cane dress. So I totally missed that rose. Now I have to ask Mary, and if I didn't ask, I would be like kicking myself. Okay. What was the feeling like when Macklemore said, "Hey, you want to be on this song"?
It was insane. I mean, I was playing venues to like 4 people, including my mom and my weird cousin. Like, it was
the weird cousin. Everybody's got one, huh?
But I got a call from our friend Hollis, who she sings on White Walls.
Right.
And she and I did spoken word together, and that's how we all sort of knew each other. And it was out of nowhere. I was working 3 jobs at the time. It was my one day off in like 15 days.
3 jobs?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was saving to make my album.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wanted to record an album.
You know, Mary, but me saying that's crazy, there are so many people that work 3 jobs. So you were just like everybody else.
Totally, yeah. I mean, that's obviously I don't totally miss like lifting beer kegs and being real sweaty or like kicking people out of a bar.
Yeah.
But there is some sense of like anonymity that's gone and absent that was kind of fun, and I kind of miss bartending.
Well, Mary, I guess that's never going to happen again. You should want to do a guest bartend. We'll get you out some night.
That's what I was thinking for like a meet and greet. I would do like
great.
make you a cocktail. I would just charge you $10,000 now.
Mary, you're so much fun, and I'm glad we're playing your song too a lot. I truly mean this. It's fun. There's a lot of songs that are, oh, cool, but that's a fun song, and there's not a lot of fun songs with messages out.
Thank you.
I hope you make more of those for us to play.
Thank you.
Mary Lambert on Nights Live with me, Adam Bomb, across the USA.